Welcome back to 13 News Now at noon. Get ready to experience the iconic musical phenomenon that is Jesus Christ Superstar. The cast is getting ready to take the stage tonight at Chrysler Hall. And joining us in the studio today, we have some of the cast members here. So excited. Jack Hopewell and Faith Jones. Thank y'all both for being here.
Thank you for having us.
Okay, a lot that you're getting ready to prepare for and get into for, tonight and of course running through Sunday. But let's talk about this. I feel like people have heard of Jesus Christ Superstar, but they might not know the story. Can you tell us what the story is of this musical?
Yeah, it's really just the story of the last, I think week or 2 weeks of Jesus' life as told through the New Testament, but more so through the eyes of Judas Iscariot. So instead of it following Jesus and maybe some of the other disciples, it's really from Judas's point of view and how he goes on to betray Jesus and why he justifies betraying Jesus.
Wow. And now the rest of it, you got to go to the show to find out how it goes. No spoilers.
Yeah, right.
I'm not going to give you anything more, right? But Jack, you play Jesus.
I do.
Faith, you play Mary Magdalene. Okay. We were talking about that during the commercial break. I have to ask y'all, let's say someone's watching and perhaps they don't know the story of the relationship between Jesus and Judas, or maybe they're not religious. What would you say to someone who is hesitant about coming to the show based on their beliefs?
Yeah, I think this show is less about all of our ideas with Jesus and Judas as historical and biblical figures and Mary Magdalene, and it's more about humanity. And our show says, especially our production, says way more about us as people and our relationships and how we navigate tough times in our relationships than it does about these biblical figures in history.
Yeah, at the end of the day, it's a story about humans. It's a story about people.
And love.
And love, yeah, and I think that makes it all the more impactful. It's not a story about these grandiose characters. They're people that you can relate to.
Yeah,
so.
yeah, and messages that we can all get.
Exactly.
For sure. Okay, so I have to mention, so Jack, you have some local ties with family. You were telling us a little bit about that.
Yeah, so my dad's side of the family is mostly from the Gloucester area, just like an hour and a half north of here. So, and then currently my parents live in Fairfax. That's where I went to high school. So
lots of Virginia ties.
Yeah.
And Faith, same thing?
Yeah, I was born in Newport News. Grew up in North Carolina, but all my family is from Hampton Roads area. And my dad went to Norfolk State. And so this is definitely a second home to me.
Yeah, so when you go to the show, you can say like, hey, Jack and Faith, they're ours. They're 757 folks.
We're representing.
Exactly.
Fantastic. Now we have a little bit of time left. I have to ask you guys, you kind of mentioned what you want people to get from the show, but what drew you to even wanting to be a part of this production? Tell us a bit about when you heard about these roles, you're like, I got to go for these things.
I mean, for me in particular, my mom is a Jesus Christ Superstar super fan. And I remember being like 6 or 7 years old, and she sat me down to watch the 1973 movie with that Carl Anderson, Yvonne Elliman, and Ted Neely. And from then on, I was just always taking in that music, listening to it. So it just kind of felt fortuitous that I was able to audition for this and eventually get the part.
Yeah.
And one of the songs that I sing in the show, I Don't Know How to Love Him, is one of the first songs I ever sang in voice lessons in high school. So this is definitely a great full circle moment, and it's an honor to be a part of a production that's, been loved for 50 years and to be part of that legacy. So.
And we have about 30 seconds left. I have to ask you both your favorite song from just off the top.
You go first.
My favorite song is This Jesus Must Die. I say it every time. That bass line is just really killer.
And I think mine is Simon Zealot's. Personally, I change my mind every once in a while, but I think Simon Zealot's because it is so energetic, it is so full ensemble based, and it's just such a moment of levity before everything starts to go downhill.
And again, if you want to see how it goes downhill, you got to go see the show. Okay, so it's running through Sunday. Make sure you head to the 7 Venues website. You can get your tickets and more information there. Jack and Faith, we are so excited to have you in the studio today. Wishing you the very best for this production. Make sure you come back next time you're in town.
Will do. Yeah, thank you so much.
Thank y'all. We'll be right back.